humble beginnings triumph with unimaginable power. Choose your side. Begin your legacy.
Okay, we're at EA's rather wonderful booth here, business part of the booth, and we're talking about the Old Republic. And Matt, do we need to say more about the Old Republic? Has everything been said?
There's a lot that has been said, but we're appreciative that there's so much passion about the game that there's a lot of talk. I mean, the only bad thing is when no one talks about you. Then that's boring. So we're happy about that.
Well, you guys have a lot to talk about at Gamescom here. Obviously, it's going free to play. Can you sort of talk us through decisions behind that?
Yeah, well, we felt that with a fiction as big as Star Wars and with the size of the fan base of Star Wars, that we wanted to remove many of the barriers as we could to entry, and that we hope and expect that this will make the game much more accessible to new fans.
Well, how are you structuring it going into the free-to-play model? So, obviously, profits and all that sort of stuff. How are you structuring the business model now?
It's really a hybrid business model. So we'll continue to have a subscription element to the game. So for folks who are really engaged in the game and want all the game that has to offer, they'll continue to be subscribers. And for folks who want to sort of sample the game and play it maybe less frequently or more occasionally, they'll have an opportunity to just pay for what they want to do.
And sort of looking back at Star Wars being released, launched, till now, I mean, how have you guys found that journey?
It's been pretty exciting and a little bit of a roller coaster.
Roller coaster would be putting it lightly, yes.
Yeah, so I guess really at our heart, we're really proud that we made a great game. It was a game that was had real quality in it and hundreds of hours of content, and which from a technical perspective has been really kind of extraordinary, and lots of people have experienced it, and then we've also learned a lot. We've learned a lot more than anything. We've learned a little bit about where the market is for MMOs, or it's certainly an MMO like ours. And our two main takeaways from the experience are, as we've discussed, that we think a free-to-play model or a hybrid model is really better suited to what we're trying to do. And we're also really focused on updating the game and the content in the game much more frequently.
Because you're in it for the long game now, really.
Absolutely.
And what I was trying to discuss was what you guys are looking at. Like you said, you entered into it, perhaps knowing that it might be a bit of a turbulent time for where the industry's going, certainly where MMOs are going. Yeah. And you feel like you've come out of that maybe a little bit burnt, but have a better understanding of where to go next? I
mean, I think part of the transition of the industry is really understanding what an online game is all about, and that's a situation where you have an ongoing relationship with your customer, and the game, everything changes every day. It's not so much about first day retail sales. It's not such a, these are games that grow and evolve over time. So we just want to be as responsive as we can and learn, and not and not be shy about that. I think when you're operating an online service, that's what you do.
And with the rollout going forward with DLC, with new missions and stuff like that, have you guys still got that plan pretty much firmly in mind for the next 6 months, 12 months, 2 years?
Yeah, I mean, what we want to commit to doing new updates to the game every 6 weeks. So a new WARZONE, a new operation, a new Flashpoint, a new event. Things that keep the game really vibrant, and content that's focused on group. So playing things with other people is really sort of the core to keeping gamers happy.
And with the MMO model, I mean, are you guys taking that on board with everything, with what's happening at the moment and works going forward, and maybe sort of looking into that maybe in a sort of broader perspective for the company as a whole? Yeah,
I mean, I think we as a company, as an industry, are learning an incredible amount as we all make this shift to digital. And I think we've been very sort of clear and straightforward in acknowledging that digital and online is an enormous part of our future. And we're really committed to it. So, and yeah, we're on the front lines of that. And so everything we learn, we try to share. And indeed, we learn a lot from the successes we've had in other places across the company around play for free and online.
So what's the next goal for you yourself? What's the plan ahead?
Well, we're excited about this relaunch in the fall. We have a new event live in the game today, so that's today's goal. We'll look forward to the relaunch in the fall and some of the great new content that's coming up, and then we'll kind of take it from there.
I like it. Nice and easy, just sort of glide your way in.
It's one day at a time.
Listen, thank you very much indeed for taking the time to talk to us.
It's my pleasure. Thank you.